Now that you have your dog, it's time to start training them. Basic obedience is basically like knowing how to walk on a leash. It's just something that every dog should know. So you, as a handler, have the tools to be able to get your dog to settle down when something else is happening. You need to have your dog be able to focus on you. You need your dog to be able to sit still. You know, especially when you're bringing them into a store, you know, with your dog and you're checking out. You want them to be able to sit and just hang out nicely and wait until you're finished. I like to lure all of my basic obedience commands with a treat. So wherever their nose goes is where their butt is going to go in the opposite direction. So taking your hand and luring their nose up is going to be how you get their butt to hit the floor and sit. So let's say we ask the dog to sit. The second their butt hits the floor, you mark it with a yes. You know, same thing with when they go do a down. The second their belly hits the floor, yes. So that's when you mark it, and then don't forget your release command. Okay. All set. Then they can get up and run away. The off command is a tricky command to be able to teach. You want to be careful with pushing dogs off of you because some dogs don't like that contact. There's a lot of dogs that jump coming out of the rescue, and everybody's asking me, how do you get my dog to stop jumping? The one big thing is to teach them an off command. Not to be confused with down, get down, because get down is actually down. So make sure you differentiate what lay down means versus get down, which would be your off or get off of me. If you do want to really train that, keeping them on a leash is a really, really good idea. That way you can redirect them off of you. You could body block them. That's the best way to be able to do that. Turn your back to them, but in general, what you want to do is just keep your dog leashed and start training them the off command by leading them with a already attached leash. Stay is obviously the next step from your sit and your down, getting them to hold their position and always using a release word. I like to use okay or break or free. So that's a lot of the release commands that everybody uses. It just means all done. Another big command that is really, really helpful is a focus command. And I use either watch or a look. Just give them that one command that they can hear and listen to. And then from back to luring, taking that treat from their nose and luring it up to your eye. So that's where you're gonna mark, is right when they're looking directly at you. Then you can actually move your hand down and treat your dog. One of the biggest, most important things is if you're gonna have your dog off leash, you want them to have reliable recall. So pick that one word that you're going to use just for when you want your dog to come back to you. So come or here, make sure they come all the way back to you and they come into your space to get that reward. Don't say the command over and over, sit, 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 sit. Just say it once, because then your dog starts to learn that you can say sit 5 times before they even need to do it. So say it once and then try and prompt them into doing the action, and you'll get a lot further with your training.